Papa Yansen with this one. Where Danny cool? Ekoye, Ambassador Mwakwaba. But we be able to and as well. Which are we the Kunja crowd? Never the quadro. This is why then NDC.
Oh, Jim FM. Yeah, over the years.
I'm a Ben microphone. I can't remember. Iguana, but my Asha and Bachabaya just here. Conjana Maya Nafe. Iguana, oh, Bobby, great.
Isaiah in there.
Right.
Yen Research Department. May have information there. We have built a party or a top heavy.
Okay.
As strong as we should have it.
Okay.
So we decided to do 3 things.
Okay.
Build the branches as the first and foremost priority.
Okay.
I build branches and young members. Make it all NDC. Then you know NDC kita card.
Okay.
Ye infiltrators in also FM. That is the first thing I hear. Since I hear timetable there, basically November.
Yeah.
Now, ye election national officers in the
okay.
He flag bearer.
Okay.
On them there, you have to not be with the intino. That means they may elections, internal elections, or any priority.
Yeah.
Or important area.
Okay.
But young man busy in him there, the chinchai, or they had made them.
But then this, I mean, they were a grassroots party.
Yes.
On your damn not
so we lost it. We lost the grassroots.
Abandon will you see?
Times change. It's here. I would day. Na Ayabu Froban. I'm a friend of me. I must have started as a strong grassroots person.
Yeah.
As I grow, Mamba my wanted as to whether they will be following my track and it's another matter.
No, but if that is the core principle or a foundation of the party, on your damn
yes.
And see, why would you deviate from your very core? Yeah.
You do baby, and I'm there. I am complacent. That we have built a strong party, a ship that is floating into a winning party. And you know, San Sheni Yeya, na I'm going in room ho, I'm going out or there. So
you became bourgeois. No, when you are
not really that.
When you are Minzama, you okay?
Not really that. But we had assumed there governance. Governance had become our priority instead of building a stronger party. Even though we had a party that could win, but now we have diversified the party at the grassroots, first and foremost.
Okay.
We have also allowed technocrats, and the academia, to also find space in the party.
Okay.
So, for example, I lead the NDC's Professionals Forum of doctors, engineers, lawyers who otherwise would not have had anything to do with the party openly.
Okay.
And they are on board, Then, alongside them, we have now realized that we are an alternative government, whatever, at any time. And when you are not in government, you are an alternative government. So it is not just enough criticizing the government. And then if you criticize and they give the government to you, what are you going to do? So alongside, there are several committees where you over the past 2 years to redesign our manifesto. Our manifesto should not just be a book of reading. It should be a practical solution to our concrete problems.
Okay.
So Professor Dwaso Nsem is leading that charge. If today the government is in IMF and we are going to go through what alternative would you have had as a government? We are developing all that.
Okay.
And as at now, we are also looking at potential ministers. Ministers. This is a policy statement, but let me give you an insight.
Okay.
Yeah. We want to have right people as ministers.
In the past, no wrong people.
Oh, I know the age to there. People are awesome party na say. There will be a children and it's all right. So every me economics on kitchen. It is if you say if be a man my party that minister for finance, you have put me a right person in the wrong place.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
So that is also something that we are doing gradually.
Okay.
To develop, because you see, Master, Ghana experimentation was awesome. We do the same thing the same way, and we are expecting the same answers.
No, you think that we are going to see a different NDC?
I am telling you.
Oh, but you were there. We saw NDC 2012, 2016?
Well, Chief, how you saw it depends on how you wanted to see it. Okay, we made some mistakes. Young Casas we did the mistakes. Okay, but in summer we will see what Ghana has here. And now, the fact that mistakes does not mean that we cannot see our mistakes and repair them, and then relaunch ourselves. That is the fact of life. Sometimes you fall, and then most time you want to come up. So that is the strategy of the NDC now. We want to assure Ghanaians there. Where be yet to abandon December by March. You set young government TV by March because you have to set the parliamentary committees.
No, but winning a battle, you already.
A soldier does not go to war only because he has to go and fight. He goes to war with a strategy to win. You understand? If you stay there, and so Adom say government,
okay. And the one strategy is to win.
Yes, our strategy is to win, and we are winning.
Winning what?
It doesn't winning the 2024 elections. It doesn't matter what you think or what you say.
But NDC winning 2024.
If you think it's a mirage.
With what?
Without what?
With what?
Without what?
But how are you winning?
Why do you think that we cannot win the elections?
And what makes you think you can win the election?
Well, I'm not sure that is why you brought me here. But then if you want to invite me about how NDC is going to win the elections, I'll come another time. But I know what we have done and what we are doing. You know, you may not be a fan of the NDC, and therefore you might go on with what? All right? Today, we have proved beyond reasonable doubt.
Sir,
beyond reasonable doubt. We did investment for the growth. Investment for growth.
About growth.
Well, if you remember that we built the Adom gas station, Adom gas plant, gas plant. It's an investment for development. All right? If you look at the fact that we built factories, physical factories that have not been used by this government. The fact that we build the factories and they are not using it, that doesn't mean that we don't have a story to tell about them.
But how many factories do we see?
Well, in my village, Commander Sugar, we built it. Go to Adoso, there's a fertilizer plant. You have fertilizer in Yebi. You have fertilizer in a donkey, but we built a fertilizer plant in the eastern region. We also saw there we needed to expand our health infrastructure, right? So you may not have access to the record, but I know you have, to the number of hospitals, polyclinics that we built. Hospital for a room. Makona ye then say a penny bay one can auditing. Anyway, ya a quantity trader in Chabana Yen Road networking. Yes in ma ye way. Yen mother ye. Share ever will hear what have been here. Secret.
Yeah.
You check. Right?
Yeah.
We developed that place not only for traffic, for the car and cutting for do. Of I say, you develop a park and one of friend Dubai, Circle Dubai. And that was saying a drama occasional one of your lighting system. It was decorative. On yet decorative. We did the Ama in Kwafumpo in Yibu, or catching a wumpa. Ama in Kwafuamukam. So look at tourism. What's what them lighting? I did see an coffee the table cases what on is me. The lighting, for whatever reason, and so circle. But I tell you, Boston, no, they are good risk of ye be in ye. You understand? You may there. You were nurses. I walk to school. I feel bia walk to school. We school. Nurses will be bia. Oh, you may hospital. And I'm will be a hospital. You see hospitals be. Sewa, Konongo, so that if my family will be school, and the hospitals are all over the place. Bibre ebi wo. Wa ukrom ko ebi wo.
Ambassador, it's about 23 minutes after 9. I have Adom 106.3 FM. This year, I'm joining Ambassador Sam Piyale, my guest. And you know, quite also about them, the counterpart from the MPP Nyamba, and you'll be dupe, you'll be activating the microphone after joining discussion. And before you'll be moving to the IMF, indeed, maybe sir, Ambassador, almost you'll be winning election 2024. At the end of the day, we need home commoner. And Ambassador, fast forward, more back against a strong government, strong party, or more power. And easy how
strong government, anybody.
The NPP government, the New Patriotic Party. Sure.
NPP,
yes.
And you the strong party now.
Yeah. Our power.
So you will be no,
but one number one, a bien. 2016 one number one, 2020 one number one. One number one that, but he won number one overwhelmingly.
How?
Extra numbers are what you win here.
Well, some will see.
About some see, yeah, went to my.
We lost 8 Ghanaians. I'm a member of the Bar Association. We lost 3 judges near them. This is statute. Every year, matters day. What has happened to the 8 people? 8 Ghanaians, young people, as a result of the elections? What has happened to them? What has happened to them?
Oh no, cause one defeater.
Oh, yes, of course.
Oh no, cause and this one defeat.
The involvement of the military at police stations was part of our defeat, and the behavior of the Electoral Commission. If 2 days before elections, they create new police stations, over 30,000 of them, then all of a sudden overnight, a lot of things have happened, but that is not why I'm here. I'm saying that we as a political party have not concerned ourselves there in 2020 election. You may have your view as a journalist, as a media person, in spite of all you know, in spite of all what has happened. But we have our own strategy. And I'm saying that as part of the strategy, we are developing our base, the grassroots. Along the line, we have included the technical, highly technical people to support that. At some of our meetings, we even bring critics, and one of these, I'm going to invite you.
Ambassador Sam Piyale,
yes, ma'am.
When I know lead one into 2020. But one call presidential primaries.
I'm saying that it's the MPP that has always got crisis of who should be the leaders. But NDC, from Rawlings' time, we are always aware who will be our flag bearer. And I'm telling you, as a member of the party, a senior member of the party, that John Dramani Mahama will be our flag bearer. Yentrinchia.
Now, football contest, contest, you know.
Contest too.
Not that I ban what to area.
I mean, the Matumabo meaning program what woman. Because I know that we are going to use John Mahama's track record. The only 15 people talk about Mahama was correct, but we have put beyond that the corruption that were put on Mahama were just cooked, perceived. And today, we have more cases of corruption, 100 times, 400 times that of what Mahama was accused of.
But in him there, research about the was Mahama about Obolusa.
Right? Who told who they are the Mahama about Obolusa?
Research.
Whose research? I say the Mahama ba a different or by enhancing chances, not so. That's why the research. He didn't say we will lose.
No, but enhancing chances, Chade will win.
If you pass by 52%, you have passed.
Yes.
But if you also pass by 70%, you have enhanced pass.
Yeah, but now we're losing side. And the enhanced Chade Manan or Babu winner.
Well, it is not your duty as a media man to pass such comments.
There. Or losing side.
You have such great belief that the NDC cannot come to power. I don't think that is what you are saying this morning.
No, man.
You want to know what our preparations have been.
No, but you said emphatically.
But you are asking that with a pinch of salt.
No, maybe so about your candidate.
My candidate.
And I said John Dramani Mahama. And I said research is such that was in a bar.
Well, yes, but the research has strengthened us. There, we may have to do extra work. So we are doing extra work. And the extra work in the market, right?
And the extra work now is to maintain John Dramani Mahama. Yeah, because that's empire.
Our pen
more pen.
For Macedania, there, we have Biela. John Dramani Mahama will be our candidate. No matter what anybody says, he'll be our candidate, and we have our own reasons for that. It is a MPP who feel there, yet Mahama by Boluza. No, we are here. Young Bobo Ball, and woman hand goalkeeper. Woman hand referee. Say John Mahama Banasi Boluza, leave us. Leave us in our stupidity, if that is what you think we are. But for us, we know what we are about. And we are waiting for any communication that will come and say Mahama was corrupt. We are waiting for that. We are waiting for any communication that will come and say Mahama was incompetent. We are waiting for that. And the Ghana and see the first now, a Nkrofubi case, Kakra Ukeshia, and I sabi, what start propaganda? Ghana Fujian hey, social media, social media. I explain more than the traditional media. Because he say, I guess, who radio station, who audience been with him, Madam Bobia. Madam was social media, everybody looks at it. So we are going to prove. Bibia was maybe what about Muhammad Bibia one from Bra. Yeah, you read there. Ibi Yana. Just don't worry yourself. Mahama is our candidate.
Is your collective decision that communicate here?
I have no authority to communicate any party decision. But my catch there, as far as I, Sam P. Yale, being a senior member and a founding member of the NDC, we don't have crisis of choice of leadership. We don't. We are very certain in our mind who our flag bearer will be.
Oh, yeah, clear.
Oh, yeah, beyond clear. Crystal.
Tiambra won national executive positions. Chairman, one and what's in a call?
In nomination, right? With the internal elections, don't know yet, or individual, be an issue up at all. Say, a president with a chairman. We evaluate you properly. This. What we are doing is to build the system. Oma sika play role. There, you have got to television, I got to gas cooker, the better delegates. We have the system we are building does not allow that. The system that we are building does not allow that.
Not just the one internal elections, one charge bill.
I am sure it will not happen. It will not be fashionable there. I bet you just come. It will not be fashionable for you because of the system that we are bringing.
Okay, or you have a system.
I will not avoid that. Oh, you want me to avoid the system? You can't get that from me. It's a party strategy. But it's sufficient for you to know that unlike what happens elsewhere, and the way you buy elections, we want to get the best people because we are poised and hungry for governance. And we will not play with mediocrity. No. We are dealing with quality now. Anybody listening to me, quote me to say that the NDC that will contest the 2024 election is of quality, both in procedures and substance.
Wow, quality everywhere.
Quality everywhere.
Not just the NDC insists you are solid. And
Matsipi, membrane chibrim, the it means by the time you be with NDC will go. You heard it?
Yeah.
But NDC got about 6 million votes in the last elections. President got elected about 6 million votes.
Yeah.
So what is the basis of your doubting that NDC can win election? In Parliament, we were short by about 46 seats or thereabout, isn't it? Now, what is it? We are almost at par.
Yeah.
Okay? We are almost at par. And you know, when the trend is showing development, you don't go back to the last poll.
Ambassador, but jumping for him where you want to the Wapeda contest national chairmanship or one party.
Oh, who do you have when a man has a more of us because some people come?
But one can say Boko be one.
No.
And any party position now.
I did the NDC Professionals Forum, and I think I am happy with the role I'm playing.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, let say party bia mpenyinofo a wenyin de bia wopeda way in leadership position. It's a sick party.
Really?
Yeah, it's a sick party.
How? About Zintia?
At my age, Mwamba, Sabi Okakramwanwape. Why am matured over to my adult to me for Ghana. I am encumbering that position. Into my banner of myself from Obey.
Okay.
Country 56% were youth. You don't have ministers, 5 of them were age 800 years. You don't do that. Because I remember when we are mentioned, let me say CK man of Papa Yankson.
Yeah.
And the mention of what was a Cobra Sako there.
Right. No.
So you cannot impose a generation, a dying generation over a modern generation. You can't do that. We share obits there. Yeah. How old is he? It's here. How old is he? But we have given him space without finding out who his father was, what is his political tradition. No, we have taken him on because of his own competence. That's the new quality of NDC I'm talking to you about.
That's the only the one endorsing or be uncontested, unopposed.
That is not to say that. I cited that within a certain context, that we allow anybody and everybody that is meritorious to contest.
But we John and consider not today.
We haven't said.
Are you a solid communicator?
Sami Demfi is a solid, intelligent communicator, and you are about to put Lamido P. Anambobia. Abentina Casaya, Intina Yansaya. Before us, Nagino Sunyasa, and that boy has both Adrian and Yasa. So, for us, or your hand asset. Okay? Or your hand asset. But that does not mean those who be super dog contesting now. Your man will come on contesting. No, we will not do that.
Okay, but Ambassador Mopacho, since one maintaining John Dramani Mahama as flag bearer, it means the current executives, one year why won't you maintain them?
Case by case basis.
How? Or your team?
Okay. National executive Musiciana, Benyanti, on active, okay, Musiciana, Edembia, Obi wants up Oyer, and she own to join the Ekade with Tima, not the reserves no necessary. Football will be, or Paka, the young there, I be the pill in the band, or one number 10, and which I say, into the Bukashina because maybe you're doing yet so go. Oh, yeah, game and planning. And see, you do what? I want to watch you when you were contesting. We evaluate everybody on case by case basis. Now,
Ambassador Sampiale, about endorse Nana Opokuajima as running mate to John Dramani Mahama.
Tell me why not? There are some discussions. I must consider there are some discussions in the party. But I don't have the prerogative to select a running mate for Nana Opokuajima because it's the prerogative of the flag bearer. Okay? Now, the only thing Uncle raised against Nana Opokuajima is not her competencies. It's not that. But he said, oh, the age. But if it's age, that's another debate to discuss. But if John Mahama appoints Nana Opokuajima as his running mate, I will support him and work 300% for them. So John Mahama's one selected, and for any reason, or select any other competent person. You see, fortunately, the NDC is not bereft of talent, not at all. We have very powerful women, we have very powerful men who can man the ship anytime.
Ambassador, Benin running mate, Besia running mate, more hine bokofo.
Being running mate.
Yeah.
I'll go for a woman running mate.
Why?
See, look at the population of women in this country. The population of women. Look at what women go through. When I boom, women education now, when I so we believe that if we have a woman, for me, that's my belief. If we have a woman who has a head over her neck and properly, are you properly fit? I will support that.
Okay, talking about women, Nana Jeno Pokwa Jima against Hannah Tete, one and Ebokofo.
I'll go for anyone Muhammad selects.
But these two, one and Obebwa one course.
I can't make such choice because none of them has been selected.
Yes.
No, one is strength. And I thought one is strength. Obi has one weakness. So we evaluate it. These days, when there be a John Mahama fan, I know we do the evaluation and look at if Hanatete is our running mate, what advantages do we have? Okay, if Nano Pokwajiman is maintained, what advantages and disadvantages do we have? We evaluate all that.
No, but it's in our board at least one casa per your evaluation. About to mark our strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah, but I am not competent to do that this morning. I am not a flag bearer. You're a flag bearer. I cannot appoint a running mate for the flag bearer. And I'm saying that NDC has all the stylish players are in position. So don't worry yourself. So you running mate, you flag bearer John Mahama. He will come up with a running mate. Walankasa. Oh, you na pukaji money. You na you when there Ghana. Yak Makayam. But we no one to attack. But we will struggle on.
I was here 20 minutes at the top of the hour. Ambassador Sampi Yale, I am a guest.
Book online app. Na hono na wo pɛ news bia sɛ ewiase amansan nyina news. Say your politics, your lifestyle, and entertainment and sports no. Chayo bebre wo ho. So pɛ sɛ utie multimedia stations ni na wo benya wo Adom online. Se wani age. Utimi sha Adom TV live on so ho. And no one so download the Adom online app. Ewa Apple Store, and Google Play Store, and say wa where app gallery. Adom online app. You will be behavior. Yes, a Adom online app. A honum na wo pe news bia se ewiase amansan nyina news. Say your politics, your lifestyle, and entertainment and sports no. Chayo bebre wo ho. So pɛ sɛ utie multimedia stations ni na wo benya wo Adom online. Se wani age. Utimi sha Adom TV live on so ho. And no one so download the Adom online app. Ewa Apple Store, and Google Play Store, and say wa where app gallery.
10 minutes at the top of the hour. Adom 106.3 FM.
The best always come from the west.
Oh my goodness. Oh, okay, and a special good morning and come on saying to chat with your teacher named Mansena. Oh, Chacha, baby, I'm there. Well, Papa, and your baby saying to Chani, Papa, baby, Mr. Setete Kwashi. Next week, Saturday, you get them. Yeah, maybe your phone, you're shedding it as well. Well, I was your high Adom 106.3 FM. Dwaso Nsem and I will tell me the question Mpensenpensenmu Genewaha. Ambassador Sampi Yale, I am a guest. Ya chichin come on. Me de na koni fie aya NDC amanyo kono ya kan sembe brain. But let's move on. Ave yam Mpensenpensenmu foforo.
Say me fit akrade me ya wo kro ma me kro mansam
And Jabusia, join your Facebook now for post your comments and make a kayama. Muamudi abame phone or so. Maybe Sano without the questions. Ambassador, and you know, Yantu and the CC our money more ehuni then or then.
Money CC I don't know why you grew.
Why then? Blue chair.
Blue are you?
Ah.
I mean, them are how crazy and petrol.
My motor petrol pa.
Them are CCLX here. De biala at the betting about the petrol money. Man can them money no you. Crazy. Says $80 we buy.
I'm the 8
we break 18. The I can a money much them that make show there a money no yet. Yes, you boy young Google Kakano. It are IMF. It's a assembly car.
Yeah.
And you know, my money ye bringing.
Not that a man yet to baby uncle ye in Zama age Johnny acquire IMF.
Say, it say, one winning more economy man.
Jim FM.
Say, Yanye BB. Yanye BB. You better Sri Lanka. It will be a failed economy. And Yamina Yedana say, the Ewin among beings there, Yanko IMF. See, one day, we be a hospital. No, Chade, on Jed occasion in your hospital view. Na Assam Naba, no yer. IMF for your con. Assam Sina, Yerko. But crazy, you will know there. This is the 17th time Yako IMF.
Yeah.
Yakwa ni bisi ya name. Yakwa ni bisi ya name. So the question is, as for man, if we do the same thing the same way, that we get the same result, not so. So what are the causes? Yawodo, you be hey, Sesala. If area research, Nessa, and define who problem here, you go with a wrong hypothesis, not so, and therefore you not solve the problem we have. I want to advise government. We are all bearing the brunt. The hypotheses are what they explain the current situation is wrong and false.
Have a hypothesis.
The hypothesis is that we are where we are because of COVID and Ukraine. These two hypotheses are wrong.
About to know you're wrong.
Let me explain to you. How is it? Does it mean that so COVID and one no, you know, son baby, you better me we're going to get worse. Does it says you could see Putin bomb on the 1 or 2? It's here. Bomb on the 1 or 2. It is a real bomb on 2. Could Putin when you are no bomb on the 2. May I be Alena? Please let them tell us something better than they are doing. The basis of our problem as a country, we should see it as a national problem. They are a national solution, not a political ideal. Therefore, they should stop. They should stop that because we are going beyond that.
Gone beyond it then.
Mahama was booted out about 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And see, who problem behind Mahama?
I don't share that. Mahama, yeah.
Oh, yeah, then. Mahama took us to IMF. Not so.
Yeah.
For a 5-year program. You know what? Because of the single spine. You remember the single spine?
Mekaipa.
It took about 2/3 of our revenue. You could do and that's why we went to IMF. Yes, instead of new government, obey. That time, the Mahama wanted 300 million out of the IMF program. I bet not better from one money 600 million, double that, under the same program. We extend the program out of 4 years to 5 years. So the narrative, Mahama the uncle IMF, until there was a freeze on a public, that is not the issue. That was not the issue. Nursing training allowance, teacher training, oh yeah, here. Oh yeah, but Mammy first can allow us some no means see more hospitals and my nurses will use Wakombi. Mahamasu cancel teachers training allowance.
Yeah.
My one them cralo or cut one cost student loans. In that's what we are doing. All right. It's on your fund twinching. But I'm saying there, if you continue the same way, we'll get the same result. Because on manner only long-term strategic plan of where we want to be in the next 10 years, 40 years. How do we develop? The problem with that is not Ukraine and the EU. Even if it's Ukraine, a government must always plan. There's the possibility of a war or there's a possibility of a crisis. A government must always have a strategic overview including all these things. And that is what we should look at. We don't have a national plan.
Yeah, but we have a national plan.
Where is it?
Oh, with a 40-year development plan. Make under NDC.
Yes, we developed a 40-year development plan.
Yes.
In Chadamazi in our womb. But when the government came in, we don't need a national, a long-term plan. We need a short-term plan. And therefore, the National Development Planning Commission, that 40-year development plan, or the whole.
Wait.
You remember that
40-year plan now, NDC time was starting BB woman.
A lot.
Today.
The energy sector. That crew from 40-year development plan in Fambra. It's out of that near building a trouble. It's out of that near building Commander Sugar. That strategic investment it's out of that near building hospitals now, out of the strategic plan.
Oh, okay. International, no, I start will be develop Ghana on that pattern.
Because
okay.
If you develop a country based on 4-year manifesto, you go round. So that's our first bane. As a country, not as NDC and as MPP, as a country, we should look at our long-term plan. Yes, Malaysia for starting, friend and Singapore for starting. Don't you just have to understand that they had a long-term plan? That in 20 years, Ghana should manufacture or Ghana should be able to do this and that. Don't you have the guts to understand?
No, but in China, His Excellency saw your one district, one factory. What can be is part of that development?
There's time for evaluation of those flagship programs. All right. So, 1D, 1F, what is a strategic focus? There. May improve the private sector, okay, in health, agri, this and that. Strategic decision. But not that idea, though. We have built 107 factories. If you ask me, I will ask you, how much money have we spent on the 1D, 1F? What factories have we invested in? What was the agreement? Say, we Obi kada buy investment one company ma. Na rehwe wo wankasa wo output atli anambo bia. Sika de be shem na mebenya. You right?
No.
So if you are investing in existing factories, that is not 1D, 1F. It's either a rehabilitation of existing factories or giving them financial support. That's right.
Yeah.
But the question is, me as a Ghanaian, whose taxes have gone into that, have they told me how much we have spent in what company? Right? And as to whether the returns expected or your investment, have they told you? So if, for instance, my brother, the man can be president, no me organizing shop, na so boom there for ja, or 1D, 1F. The president, the minister of my friend Alan Chamati, he should be able to tell Ghanaians that in this factory we invested $10 million, and then this was the strategic investment. We send the Obama in employment them, all right, because it and then Obama export.
You are calling for accountability.
Why not?
But NDC, how accountable are you?
NDC. Obisiana Koko the account be an obedient parliament can't be into my account. Obidi NDC parliament can't be into my account. We are still open. Then in the any project here in the NDC time, for example, the Commander Sugar Factory here, some period, I'll come and explain to you how we acquired the money, how we spent it, and how that project would have supported the economy of this country if it was running. So we are importing about $500 million worth of sugar every year. So if the Commander Sugar Factory can give us just 200 million in reprieve, so we need to know how much money had been invested in this 1D1F. Again, we want to know, as a one village, one dam, how much money did we spend in that? Who are the beneficiaries? What are we doing with that? In Holland, Holland did that. Holland that.
Yeah.
You know, instead of building just the dam, they built canals.
Sure.
Canals. Yaji excavators 500. Why? These excavators could have been used to build canals instead of the stagnant pond in or dry up. Chief, are your policy alternatives and policy choices with strategic aim? As we want to improve agriculture. We want to remove agriculture from rain-fed agriculture into all year-round farming. So the Minister for Agri, they say that no, Minister of Industry or Minister of the excavators na season. Or he says what government that.
Ambassador, it seems the parties now were opposition were very big ideas. But what about power then?
The media does not call for accountability. So media, if they call the media holds the government, you play your role well. And she ain't doing.
No, but America about excavators in our day.
That's right. Then
I'm pretty sure they.
I have a bad idea.
No, but I'm pretty sure they.
I have a bad idea.
Very nice idea.
It's once because I'm in opposition.
Oh no, able to mark.
I'm showing you the way so that we can get out of this place.
And NDC in Wawa Ben one chat them no
we were going towards mechanized agriculture. All right, NDC was going towards mechanized agriculture. NDC was going to, India food buyer there. Processing. You know how to process it. And that, master, even if we didn't do it a lot of time now, that is the way to go. And then so, to improve agriculture, we would not have done 1D1F. We would have built canals. Near the offended upon farmers. It will help. And then in there, because one and one, not that so, I saw you not have him. What I'm friend would have him. And that's why you have friend second look at him. Call Minister of Agri, one highway, one office, no highways. Tractors, this is what tractors near crane, which is what.
Well, this is a ban record IMF. One was the young quay, and a ban be in film, and a CCA walker.
I ban a year in film.
Boy, then
we have run the 4-year program. IMF for 1 more period.
No extending.
In a 1 more period, and them all day. A year we are, then they can give you okay. And here, Ben, 4 years, no year. Now, I've been about 1 year on the count. So it is not that I've been in the film. We have finished the program.
Okay. And what about you? I don't need a film. Nasisi, yes, and I call.
Say, would only win. Would only win. Nasa, Obicho slate plaster na data. Anyway, you. It's so baba. And then you win. Instead of that, what is slate plaster more? I don't want a bomb a cut of slate. Nadia then. I don't know. I'm a Nancy and Sunuta 1-4. Ebe IMF program. You know, you celebrate with Kenke Party. We celebrate our leaving the IMF with Kenke Party.
With made in Ghana food.
Samuna would you, Samuna would you, Sagalino would you. But we celebrated that. And the belief was that we will not come back here again. So what do you do not to go back to the same thing? You control your expenditure. Omampeyin kede. Only cracker buman. I was very happy because the NDC left about 320 SUVs. And when the SUVs that we used to abandon, I car kama, akasima papu. He just want 320. Into Omampeyin is that young cracker review, and I was happy. So that year now, your cracker sign. The damn cars na John Mohammed Jain or when him, you media, you are not asking questions. You are rather patronizing politicians. That's the problem we have. So you have to ask. I'm paying Ekede and Cracker Bune. Kasi or when
but your mammy is some more.
I'm ready for you.
Wow, Ben Mupente, but too much them. Once we bench or replace cars at the presidency, Moboa.
We remember to Rollinson.
Yeah.
They say, I remember Benjamin. I 1994-96, never deputy minister. We were not giving new cars.
No problem. You fast forward into the NDC at Mills and Mahama time.
Yes.
We'll replace cars at the presidency.
There's a policy.
Yeah.
There.
Okay.
4-wheel drives, you don't give it out.
Okay.
Young 4-wheel drives were all released to ministries.
Okay.
For chief directors and others to use. That was what we did.
At the presidency?
At the presidency.
Okay. And we'll replace it?
No, we'll replace it.
So
because some of the cars have gone beyond 8 years.
Okay. And not sure that any time I will replace cars and what baby I will send the cars in the car.
Yes, but you are paying okay the young cracker beer because the cars were virtually new. The cars were what you know. They were virtually new. I'm paying book a day. No ministers they will be traveling with bus. It's a kind of ministers know what the bus is. Why are they? Why are the buses? And the community is correct. The number of new cars a community nifia. Crazy. About not less than 2 Land Cruisers or 3 Land Cruisers.
Aban car.
Yes, of course. One and a car. Crazy. And no quality me catch on your name there. Yana ye ministers. Apart from the ministers, and you take from editor, a friend and a Quadanya Mipo. P. Yamupini, capital by editor P. And she said, of course, why not? And then Echo radio station, brand new Land Cruisers. Crazy, my young point there. The engine is low.
Minister.
Why a 3-hour program, 2-hour program, 1-hour program, engine is low.
In case of emergency. Emergency. Yamana no bobo can.
Yeah, 8 years if you see. Yatima Ghana, Yatima since 56. You know, so I am telling you that there are certain things on my expenditure on your controllable. All right. Look at. I'm a lawyer. Look at our judiciary. We have 33 million people. Not so. How many chief justice Supreme Court judges? 13 and still counting. 13. And all these judges will be retiring on their benefits. For how long? We don't know. On your expenditure in Libya. Too much. America. Of their how many states? America how many states? What is the population of America? 1 Supreme Court judges, why 9? Malamukrum India, or Dwaso Nsem, or 90 judges. Ghana, India, one state, Keke, Delhi, another Uttar Pradesh, also in Ghana. Over 9 Supreme Court judges. India were 13. It is not the number that is worrying me. It is the expenditure on them. And even after they have retired. So we have to look at that. The best number will be 7 for a country like us. 7. Yes, 7. Look at our population.
Not 9.
No. Now America for 9, also 9. Look at a country like Ghana. What is our population? We have 275 MPs and still counting. They will meet and, like when the Japan says, they will meet and discuss a loan of 20 million. Yeah, 275 million. Your friend there. 275 MPs. Crazy. Every are we chasing Malaysia or we are going back? We're 275. So the cost of administering this country must be looked at. If you want to make a difference, the cost of administering this country must be looked at.
Ambassador Barry Kane, and this one yakwan bapa wa beya.
Well, it's on China.
Oh, I bet you wajen, but at least
these are some of the things that we will force the obey, because you don't need to be a minister to serve your country, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Oh, sure.
You don't need to be a minister to serve your country. So, if you go to certain ministries, Ministry of Local Government, it should be supposed to be for district assemblies. And I'm with you. The district assemblies are supposed to be the engines and poles of growth. Today, what are the assemblies doing? Instead of decentralizing power, we are centralizing power, and that makes it expensive. Centralized governments are very expensive. So, if we don't want to go to IMF again, we should look at the cost of administering this country. The other issue that I will discuss with you is certain expenditure. Why do you keep Kolebu subsisting on Ghana government? Kolebu. This is a full-fledged medical institution. Say you're tooling up and make it a specialist hospital. We can attract patients from all over West Africa. Look, go to Kolebu. It's almost rotting away. So, why wouldn't you promote medical or health tourism by tooling up Kolebu to employ more people? And if the Kolebu departments in the cardio department, they are on its own, and then they will look at the equipment, they will maintain it properly, they will have terms and conditions of how to work at Kolebu so that you can make profit. Not because you are a sick patient. It's a major. Kolebu, for example, should be hived off from the Ministry of Health.
Is that the my idea? No, what they see UGMC here?
Of course. UGMC on your ordinary OPD or your specialist hospital. Same with the Bank of Ghana. Same with the Maritime Hospital. And because if you go there, look at the foreigners. So we should consciously promote that medical tourism, which is low-hanging fruit. So you don't finish building UGMC and allow it to stand idle for 2 years until a student demonstrates. You don't do that because you have lost so much revenue over the period and also denied Ghanaians access to health for the period that it was down. That's another way we can look.
Me too.
Who in Africa, which country in Africa has the best brand name apart from Ghana?
Which country in Africa? Best brand name?
Brand name apart from Ghana. You have Kwame Nkrumah, don't you?
Sure.
Kwame Nkrumah is a big brand name. And you're going to use Kwame Nkrumah to attract a lot of investment and a lot of tourists. And I'm aware. If you go to South Africa, and I know you have been to South Africa, you go to the Mandela Square.
Yeah.
See what happens there? Restaurant, there's this. See what happens there. If you are
no, but Ambassador.
Yes, Papa.
Them ideas see obey that ben. Because another one bar ben and this
NDC 2020 manifesto. America, I was part of the NDC manifesto team.
Okay, do you know your baby?
Look at Kwame Nkrumah, baby. We say Kwame Nkrumah was essentially in learning with task now. So, if a country like us needs money, how do we throw away that money? Tourist money. Because we have not packaged our tourism properly. And if you did, we will not be going the way we are going, chasing IMF money and bailout. See, Kwesi, it's how all the music to come. I go Dubai, that's the drivers way on them. Pakistan. As you must make it on. I mean, they be a that's of you. Pakistan phone with the assassin when you be. And Pakistan for one of them, other insulin. They designed 2 policies. They train their youth for export. In ICT, Echo American London, one Pakistan, one in Namode. They were specially trained for export. In a one program, or linked to their salaries. Into what you Kawana, what started to Pakistan government, and that's a huge source of revenue. Echo Dubai, one way domestic assistance. Echo Dubai airport, about going there, Arab Union as well. So this is a strategic decision that our governments can take. Look, what's the young youth when you're and Ghanaian youth are very technical. And I don't know if you do at the machine or off. The 2 minutes, I hear lower fix up. And we have youth employment in this country. Why can't we train our youth for export? You told me, you asked me the question. How can we? What can you do not to go to IMF? You know another yeah. When this manifesto, youth, when you do my okay. Meanwhile, your United Nations peacekeeping program. All we need to do is to buy certain equipments so that we can take advantage and send as many youth to the United Nations when the peacekeeping program. That is what Pakistan. I'm telling you about a sister country like Pakistan and India. What they are doing with their youth. Thousands of them have been pushed on that program so that anything that Ghana on
yeah.
All right. I agree to minister and praying that the president will sack him tomorrow.
Yes, I can. Ebazinti. Dr. Owusu Free Akoto.
First and foremost, the man is supposed to feed us and give us food security. And he is giving excuses.
Excuses in your body. It's
fertilizer. Donkey Sylvia fertilizer. One day, one friend planting for food and jobs. A business that jobs no create 7,200. I buy jobs and crop share fertilizer. Until then, we be allowed to be allowed employment. Chief, Yenya crisis is here, and all of us are looking at Ukraine wheat in the area. How many years does wheat grow? How many wheat? What shall I 1 year? No wheat in this crisis, has a great minister told us there? I have decided that we should do a crash program for wheat production, so that if the Ukraine war continues now, we are safeguarded. And I hear them here. The man is planting his signboard, billboards for presidency, and using our resources to campaign.
I don't check on Juma.
What are you talking about? Conflict of interest, divided attention. As a principle, once you decide to run for presidency, you cannot continue to be a minister. You cannot.
Yes, into president order or act. In China, it's okay.
Yes.
There will be a pede or for more major position.
What do you me agaba form of one? What about Alain Martin? He's the Trade and Industry Ministry. Okay? Alan has not told us how many factories have done and what are the statistics. I don't know who knew our friend Captain Martin. Who show fertilizer plant be or add also. Or she fool. So I'm saying there are certain pragmatic decisions. Mr. Timika are policy alternatives, policy choices for outcomes. Enough of the NDC and NPP. Enough of that stupidity, if you forgive my French. Enough of that. We should stop developing policies for vote harvesting and look at solving problems. That is why we put people as ministers and pay them. You cannot always blame somebody else apart from yourself. You say what? Because of COVID, we are in where we are. Crazy. There's a COVID one going close back. Actually, you are going to be worse. COVID comes, and as a country, we decided that we'll close our borders first. It's here. The borders now, when the poor people we close the borders for about 2 years. What will happen to your economy? At the time now, close the borders, and the Togo one COVID rate or lower than yours. Cote d'Ivoire one COVID rate or lower than yours. So if you close your borders for 2 years, what do you expect your economy to be? Just look at Mackay. Some means that what's a frontier CB? Frontier of the airport. And yes, the airport. You were Noguchi. I want to be a Tessibia will be an. They say, Yantumna Yanduis come on Noguchi. What they Asaba, what they found him, Masayabadi. Asaba, what is your body? And this company reaped about $17 million. Obi an uncle Nkrumah. Chief, on the policy alternative choices and outcomes. Then you say there, you were COVID. My objective is to, I know how to bring back. No, I don't know how to bring back people.
Yeah.
But I know how to protect build the economy.
Build back the economy, yeah.
Okay. So we take money, siko, sikepo, so ya za wadi cha heni pa. So papa oche usika na chela kwa tutuga. Papa che usika ne kenya apology atana to mangrofo. You take COVID money which is repayable. Videos bi obem hwe. Ibinifie. Say kwesi hwe ya. Sika kotompe 200 CD note and 100 CD note and what I lead and comforted that. Our police could not investigate to know in whose house those monies were. Because in purpose of that much money when you fear, it could be so a sort of baby. No, so a chromo where the goddamn and the Sikano kind of boot, no, what the monk of. You saw it, I saw it. Meanwhile, Sikano so, years ago. It's all your young policy choices in you do that. So, for example, a down GIS where you want a friend and open the check, Casa from the call, openness. And you expect that girl to leave GIS and go to Mpensenpensenmu, that boy to go to Mpensenpensenmu, and the father will not pay fees. Because there's a policy for free SHS. We should evaluate whether the policies we have outlined over the years were for vote harvesting or for the development of this country. Because I don't understand why Sampiale, Namanana, Oko school, or Mpensenpensenmu secondary school, make it a brand new school fees, so that in the third year they will call for the graduates. Chief, you are where we are because of our policy choices. You know, President Kufuor ran an American program on our electricity. First, development, power generation was our problem. At the time, President Dwaso Nsem, more than Asofo, or the core Akoso Mujuni, don't go one pay. And the America for so I see him. And now, you trophy Akosumbo a dam, and now a friend of my president must again a bazin, the generating. And now, bro, finish all my hat. And see, when part 2 of the compact 2 in JK. Crazy. Jim F. A BDS Yakaji Yada, Yadibaye, power distribution. Okay, see then. Miss all your policy choices ni yedu me yedu. BDS. Odu baby, our argument was bravado. We are sovereign country. So let America go to hell. You lose about 500 million, isn't it? 500 million. Ghana, out of bravado and greed and selfishness, we lost that. Now, more you are suffering point there. Yan $1 million as I use our budget as a friend electricity rating. Second, is the if we take all these decisions, there, Obi recently hotel. Because I don't know them hotel. You want to make that wine. Oris hotel. We decide as a country there, young money tax exemption of $30 million dollars tax exemption. Now my tax exemption, them let's say where economy the paksa. Se sika numpo oye nya ye sika. Ena nche oye onyawe. Na anko babo sa de kwatwempra. Oh, angasa mo. Kwesi
Ambassador.
What was I doing cotton plan? Baby, here way. I don't want to hear IMF, friend in Ukraine, and COVID. Because COVID, Nalankasano, on my hand, more money would have generated. You know that.
Ambassador Mamenda Wasi. But finally, National Cathedral, about our contributor. Ahina ama so far.
Adom FM. I am a Methodist. More a safety use one reba.
Yeah.
And we are Methodist headquarters.
Na me hu.
Ebe when you home cathedral. So what is the need for national cathedral?
A national cathedral on your Methodist cathedral.
I don't care whatever name you call it. I don't care whatever name you call it.
You are a Christian.
I am a Christian, but God has not told me He's homeless. And I have a place of worship. Everywhere in this country, when I go, I can have a Methodist church to go and worship.
What is wrong with National Cathedral?
A lot more things wrong with National Cathedral. One can no quarrel saying what the intention of the National Cathedral is. Opposite the National Cathedral, and with the National or friendly then the Pink Lady.
Which Pink Lady?
The Conference Center.
Yeah, Conference Center.
The Conference Center is decaying. I think you saw it. It's decaying. We could have done better by building a national convention center to attract conference tourism. You know, Kenya and other countries, they are doing conference tourism. Because conference now, many conferences are being held in Ghana. Flight tickets now, or hotels in now also. You are building a cathedral, and you have demolished freshly built houses. You build a cathedral by assigning what? By sole sourcing to one designer. And the one build cathedral need design other a drying line. You think that if other architects had not been given the chance, we couldn't have had competitive designs. You have dismissed your electoral commissioner because of procurement problems. You know that.
Which electoral commission there can answer?
Shall not say. We dismiss them for electoral and procurement breaches. Yet, David Ajay's company had breached all the risks in the Procurement Act. Third reason why I'm not going to contribute. Say, it is a cathedral. Design now, what about your foundation? You spend a second. You spend a second. And assuming, without admitting, that if the next government comes and is not enthused about the cathedral, it will be there forever. Maybe we don't do anything. Inshallah, I am a woman in secretary of the cathedral, and I get the woman's
the cathedral what to zoom
or a policy choice.
one pie boyan.
I am in Pabonian. That's the reality.
But on your pie, but you know what they contribute. Uskaka crack ho. No babwa.
Kwesi yami mpengu. The malembe yimisika. She come with the Boma Cathedral. I would drive straight to the orphanage and then the school for the deaf. From that come on. But I would never have contributed to the National Cathedral because that didn't make sense to me.
Ambassador Sampi Yale, Namina Sumdrin Count.
Uncouncil.
It as well.
Then my actual reason why NDC is preparing itself. I've also explained to you where we are and why we are here. We are here because of our policies choices and not because of Ukraine, not COVID. Thank you very much.
Ambassador Sampi Yale and Menino Chichin Common, indeed, the counterpart from the MP.